Hi, welcome today my political show called Kavindu Political Times. Today on the show we talk about the US economy's recovery or will they not recover. And also before we start the show, please put a like on my channel and subscribe to my channel, and also put your opinion about me and what should I talk about, and give me your opinion whether I am right or wrong through the comment section, and then hit the bell icon and follow up my previous videos I made, because those videos will have an idea where I'm leading up towards this episode. So yeah, now I'm going to get right into business. The US economy is doing rather badly at this moment. Job market is going down, unemployment is rising, and it's probably worse than the 1920s recession, probably worse than the 1920s recession. But the reality is, this is not caused by one man or one problem. It's caused by COVID-19 pandemic. It's caused by it. Because people can't go to work, because people can't spend money, and part and parcel reason is because American people don't wear masks. So please wear some masks. You are killing your own economy by not wearing masks. Please follow the suit of the President Donald Trump. He's now wearing a mask. So follow his suit. Please. Now, of course, the US economy is a strong one. It never tends to fail, but I am a believer that the US economy is too big to fail. But I've often been proven wrong. I mean, the UK never recovered from their crisis in 2010, really. I mean, the US recovered by 2009 to a certain stature. Remember, we had a similar scenario in 1992 when President Bill Clinton took over as president. The country was under recession for more than 30-20 years, and certainly the country wasn't doing great, and of course the political circumstances are unexplained to mention. You got President Ronald Reagan, totally going the patriotic approach by a questionable term, like banning middle CC bikes, allowing Harley Davidson to stay profitable. But whatever said and done, Ronald Reagan's legacy will always be a good legacy. But the reality is, the punchline is that the current US economy is less reliant, should not be relying on President Trump's opinions. Because if that's the case, then this economy might not survive for too long. Now, the most infamous circumstances right now is that the TikTok, the Chinese platform on the social network media. Now, President Trump is adamant that he wants to see it being sold from a Chinese manufacturer to a US manufacturer. The problem is, which US manufacturer is willing to purchase a social media platform when Facebook or when Zuckerberg already has Facebook? That is a bit of a question. And will any American buyer right now invest on a social media platform? That is a question to be seen. And also the question is, President Trump has this weird situation against China. I get his point of view. He's a businessman. He's a successful businessman. I believe he wants what's best for the country by having things done in what is possible. But the problem is, we're not living in a world where you can have everything nationalized, because nationalistic is not a very good thing to do at all. Nationalized is not a very good thing at all. Is not rather good at all. Nationalistic is not rather good. But of course, the fundamental basis is that you have to understand that I'm going to be easier for you on a certain way. The US economy's position right now is fairly similar to 2007 leading up to 2008. Uncertainty, and of course you got George W. Bush got a shoe hit on his head in Iraq, got a shoe hit on his head. That wasn't called for, it wasn't good at all. United States freed Iraq from Saddam Hussein, and they should have given a lot more credit for that, really, to be fair. But the economical point of view, George W. Bush did work hard on getting his point of view. He kept it afloat until President Obama took over and did his steps to keep the economy afloat. But now in 2020, the US economy is in a weird circumstantial position, in a crazy way. I mean, if you ask any person, they might tell you they are pretty grim about their future. Now, I don't disagree with them who think it's grim, because it's rather grim indeed. Because how can you feel positive when you can't own your restaurant and get to work? Because people can't do anything. Think about it. It's really impossible sometimes to imagine that. It's really hard. And for me personally, I believe in personal entrepreneurship. I believe it's extremely difficult. If I can't make this video because of certain circumstances, if the cameras I'm using right now or the things I'm using, then how can I do my production? Imagine for a restaurant who does work. Imagine the cause of the matter. Now, of course, you got to understand the US economy is a far-fetched policy. China and United States are the two strongest. China take care of the tech industry. US take care of the political side of it. Now, of course, about one thing. The competency of the president. Now the president, I got some presidential numbers for you. In the 2012, I want to give you a comparison number. I know this might be not related for my topic today, but it is fairly related actually. It is fairly related. It is fairly related. Now the thing about this relation I want to say is that in 2016, President Trump managed to win 62 million in popular votes. Hillary Clinton managed to win 65,000 in popular votes in the last presidential election. And in terms of electoral votes, President Trump won 304,000, and of course Hillary Clinton won 227. Now I want to give you a bit of a profile here about this. Now don't worry, this is the chart I have, but I can't show you at the moment. I will show you on. Now in 2012, when President Obama's re-election, he won the popular vote with 65 million votes to 60 million to Matt Romney. And votes-wise, 332,000 about President Barack Obama in 2012 and Matt Romney 206,000. So this shows a fairly significant point here. While President Trump won the election through electoral votes, the popular vote may have not gone in his favor. We're talking about the margin-wise, it's a 2-3 million margin maybe. Percentage-wise, 48-46. But the reality is, you have to understand, for President Trump, his approval ratings are not very high either. His approval ratings can go shot down, shot up. So George W. Bush at this course of time, his approval ratings in this economical crisis back in 2007 and 8 was fairly stable. He managed to get us into the Iraq War, he fought the terrorists who put 9/11, he showed true patriotism, so he wasn't exactly bad. However, every Republican is being blamed for not having a good economic policy. It's not a joke. After Richard Nixon, Carter, after Nixon's and the Reagans, and I mean, why should I explain to you? You all know what I mean, right? I mean, the economical handling was blooming poor. Ronald Reagan's legacy of economical wise will haunt his legacy forever for his mismanagement of the economy literally. Reagan economics didn't work in the 80s. People suffered because of that. Now in 2020, problem with President Donald Trump is he hasn't passed his taxation bills just yet. Now, he promised to the people like taxes businessmen that there will be lower taxes. But is there lower taxes? No. Is there a healthcare bill being surpassed? No. Is there a replacement for Obamacare? No. Is it there, etc.? No. So the reality is, President Trump needs to accomplish certain things. If he wants to win this election, he has to save this economy before it tanks. Remember, when a US economy tanks, it takes a while to recover. And it's not a very good thing to go through in this stage. Now, you might think I'm being a little bit hypocritical towards it. You might say I'm being very serious about this. You might say, hey, it's perfectly recoverable. One time in the executive order, President Trump can save it, right? Yes, maybe. But we're living in a world of uncertainty. Let me give you a political example. In Sri Lanka, the presidential parliamentary election went towards. Now, we always said that the current Prime Minister, Mahinda Rajapaksa, has been a very successful political leader indeed. You got to applaud him for his political success. He has shown he's a strong leader indeed. He has been president from 2005 to 2015. Then he became short while Prime Minister, and he has stood in power. Now, he is also a very popular man, I can tell you. Like President Trump in his own campaign, he's extremely popular. People adore him. I can assure that. Myself, I can say I'm a fan about that. I can say myself I'm a fan about that. Now, but the problem is, United States and why do I bring Trump and Rajapaksa comparisons? It's quite simple actually. Both of them are strong, powerful leaders. They want what they want to achieve, and they will achieve it. Problem with President Trump is he hasn't actually won the election fairly clean, whereas in Sri Lanka he has won the parliamentary election fairly convincingly, and he has broken his own vote record in his state, so that is fantastic. And President Trump, let me give this idea for you. There is a must. You have to win Florida to win a presidential election from either side, because Florida has 50% Republican voters, 50% Republican voters. So any presidential candidate who wins either side of the votes can win through. If you don't win Florida, you don't win. Now this term also goes to Joe Biden as well. So I'm not saying only Trump. This also goes to Joe Biden as well. If you don't win Florida, Mr. Biden, you don't win. You have to win Florida because it's a test for both the candidates. Of course, President Trump is also a celebrity among the community. He is a celebrity among Hollywood and etc. Now the US economy is recovering. Now you must be thinking, I went quite a few. I went to Sri Lanka election. I went to US history. What I'm trying to tell you is that President Trump can't chance this. He can't see this economy tanking down. His election slogan is a great economy. So economy is his strength. He must make sure he succeeds in that. So that's the bitter reality. Now in Sri Lanka, it's the same economical philosophy as well. Great economic growth, justice, and answers for problems will be answered. Now we will see how the two political leaders of the prospective nations will deliver on those. Now I believe they must deliver. Now of course there is a circumstantial difference. Comes to Sri Lanka, he is a former president. He has been president for a very long time, for more than 10 years. And so he has certainly broke a few promises and also done a lot of promises. Because of him there are highways, motorways, etc. We got attractive cities during his time. So certainly makes sense. Under President Trump, let's say, we had a great US patriotism going around. Everyone feels proud about being United States. There is something called the US first. So something that's great. But this is the snitch, this is the sledgehammer come. This is the sledgehammer really comes in. Now I'm going to end this video within a couple of minutes, but let me put it this way. It's good to think your country is first, but we're living in a world where it's all about international cooperation. So again and again, President Trump needs to understand that Chinese owners will not sell TikTok. They will not sell TikTok. Because for the Chinese owners, they will not sell. And remember, it's state-owned. Most of these Chinese companies have connected to state government. So obviously, don't expect to sell. Mr. President Trump, please spend more time on recovering the US economy and be the hero that the people need you to become the hero. People need you to stand up and be the hero this country has never seen. Because right now, China is least of the problems we have to deal with. TikTok will eventually go bankrupt someday when China economy tanks down. Please make us as people feel comfortable and make us have some sense of economic relief right now. Just please focus on what matters. And I truly believe, Mr. President, you surely can achieve that feat. Since you are a strong leader, I believe you can achieve your feat. Thank you very much for joining my channel and subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and please put your opinion on the comment section. Thank you very much.